Hey guys, welcome to Florence-Midnight's Mun's Meet the Mun video. I am, as you probably guessed, Florence-Midnight's Mun. My name is Caitlin. People call me Kat or Florence online, depending on when you met me, because I used to go by Kat on my old blog, and I go as Florence here. This is kind of momentous for me. Because we finally reached 600 followers, which is really exciting to me. I never thought that I would ever reach that number on a blog again. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm just completely overwhelmed with emotions and words that I can't express to you guys. How completely grateful and thankful I am that you guys are sticking around through all the crap that I have on my blog. So thank you, first and foremost. Now, I had it open for about a week for you guys to submit questions. Thank you to everybody who did submit questions. It made my job a lot easier, because if not, I kind of would have just sat here in front of the camera like, okay, wish I had something to say, but I don't. It's really hard for me to talk about myself without people prompting me, so thank you for those guys that sent in questions. I've split them up into 3 categories: silly questions, questions about me, and questions about my role playing. So we're gonna get silly out of the way, because then I want to move on to the more serious stuff. So the first question we have is, do I prefer pancakes or waffles? I kind of like waffles better, because then you can put syrup in the little boxes and butter and make little like compartments, little like breakfast boxes. That shouldn't be called waffles, they should be called breakfast boxes. It's a thing, it's gonna happen. I just always thought that pancakes were kind of floppy. Waffles have substance, you know? Okay, so kind of finishes that really simply. Next is, do I like unicorns? Yes. I've loved unicorns pretty much like every little girl since I was a kid, but I really started loving them after Harry Potter. You kind of got me into the, unicorns are cool, man, you should totally like them. I mean, Lord Voldemort likes them enough to eat them, so I don't know. I really think unicorns are pretty. I kind of wish they were real. I photoshopped one for digital photography class once. Go me! The next question is, what is my opinion on blue cheese? It's disgusting. It's horrible. It's moldy cheese. Why would anyone in their right mind ingest something that is moldy on purpose? Why? Why would you do that? It's disgusting. I won't touch it. If something's like, oh yeah, it's got blue cheese dip, nope, no thank you. I'm okay. I don't need it. Thanks. Okay, so next question is, do I like pudding? Yeah, I do. Pudding's pretty delicious. Rice pudding, tapioca pudding, vanilla, chocolate, banana, you know. I've had a lot of pudding. I like them all. I can't really say there's a pudding that I haven't liked, except like bread pudding or breadcrumb pudding. I don't know. They serve it like Thanksgiving and Christmas. Something bread in it. It's icky. I've never liked that. But any other pudding, you usually put it in front of me and I'm like, yeah, that tastes good. I'll try it. Yeah. And then I usually do. So then I re-eat it later. And it's good. So, next question. Do these tacos taste funny? I don't know what tacos, but I make good tacos. In fact, I just made tacos yesterday for dinner. Okay, so now we're gonna move into the questions about me. And then, like I said, we're on part 2, so when we get to part 3, that's the questions about my role playing. Okay, so first question is, how old am I? I am 20 years old. I turned 20 May 31st of this year. This is my birthday. Letting you guys know, in case you wanna, you know, make me something. Some people did this year, but I wasn't very popular. I had like 100 followers, maybe. I don't even remember. But I got a nice thief shipping picture. Thief shipping! But yeah, so I'm 20. Not much more I can say about that, except that my sister and I have the same birthday. She's just a year older than me. And my cousin has the same birthday as me, and she is the same age that I am. She was born on the same day as I was. So, yay, triple birthday! What country do I live in? Well, seeing as I've got this terrible Jersey accent, and I've never been out of the United States, it's a pretty good bet to say that I live in the United States. I am, however, hoping to travel to England in June to visit my friend Julia. She is wonderful. So, yep, I live in the United States over on the East Coast, so I'm always like, bye, Californian friends, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I've got to go to sleep. Bye. Next question is, do I have any pets? Well, funny story. This is Abner. This is Tally. This is my baby, my kitty. This is Oliver. This is Cole. This is Sebastian. This is Emily. This is my dog Skip. We have the other cats in the shed, but they're a little skitsy, so I decided to leave them out of the video. But we have Edward, Bella, Mina, and Tux. Tux is a girl, Mina's a girl, Bella's a girl, and Edward's a boy. I wish I had pictures. Kind of don't though, because they're kind of, like I said, skitsy, and they stay outside in their cat pen that we have built for them. So we also have outside strays that we put down food for. We have Ghost, we have Oreo, we have Fat Face, and we have Rose and Penny. So yes, I have pets. The next question is, do I plan on becoming an author in the future? That's a tough one. I write recreationally for fun. I have got about 4 novels that I'm working on. I started a lot of them for NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, which is this month. I did not do one this year though, with everything as busy as it is and with trying to get stuff together and working so much. I just knew I wasn't going to have the time to actually devote any time to writing. The next question is, if I had one wish, what would I wish for? That's also kind of tough, but if I were to answer, I'd probably say money. And I know that sounds selfish, but there's so much I could do with money. We could pay off our mortgage, we could travel the world, do all this fun stuff that requires having money and having, you know, something to support the things that you do. You know, I could go cosplaying all the time. I could go to all these cons if I had all this money, and it would be awesome. I could go visit my friends that live in California and Iowa and England and Australia and have no working for 10, 11 months at a time to try to earn the money to go visit them. So that's what I wish for. The next question is, what is my favorite ice cream flavor? That's really easy. It's peanut butter ripple. Now as a kid, I really used to like the chocolate and the peanut butter like ripple. But as an adult, I found it was just too much in my mouth. The peanut butter and the sweetness of the chocolate, it was just, ugh, it was like Sweet Town, and I could not eat it. Then I found out they had like a vanilla flavor of the same type of thing, but I had it once and then I could not find it again for the longest time. And I was like, where's my ice cream? I need it. And then I went out shopping with my grandma one day and it was at Pathmark, so I was really happy. So now I actually know what it's called and I can buy it at my leisure to eat and consume like the fatty that I am. So, the next question is, what is my favorite anime? That's tough to pick as well. I have so many different series that I am into and that I like and that I've been into for a long time. God, if I had to pick now, like currently, it probably would be probably Yu-Gi-Oh! No. Actually, it's probably Tokyo Mew. And if not Tokyo Mew, then Wedding Peach. And if not Wedding Peach, then Hellgirl. Next question is, what is my favorite candy? That's tough. I'm not really a candy person. I kind of eat whatever's there. If there's, you know, like a candy bowl at someone's house, or if I'm at a supermarket and mom says, oh, grab a bar of candy, I kind of just pick up something. It usually vacillates between Paydays and Kit Kats. Sometimes Reese's if I'm in a peanut buttery mood and I haven't had peanut butter in a while, but probably Paydays and Kit Kats. So, my next question is, what is my favorite music? I guess I don't really have a favorite type of music. I kind of listen to everything except for country and rap, because unfortunately I hate them both. And I especially hate country rap, because I didn't think that was a thing, and I found out it is. So, what I listen to more so than anything else is pop, classical music, like soundtracks, scores of music, things like that, and J-pop. I listen to a lot of J-pop. In fact, 90% of my iPod's music is probably in Japanese or some other language. So, yeah, you could call me a weeb, whatever you want to call me, but sue me. It's catchy music. I can't help that I like it. The next question is actually for Bakura and myself. The person asked whether I would rather be a pirate or a knight, and asked Bakura the same question. So, my answer to that would probably be, I don't know, probably a knight, because I imagine pirates being on that ship for days and weeks and months at a time. Your answer? Intriguing. These make me cringe. As a knight, you're valiant and brave, and you got a sword, and you get to beat dragons up, and rescue princes and princesses, and you've got a sword, and you get to go traveling and questing, and you get a sword! And you get a sword! So I would pick knight. Bakura, on the other hand... The next and final question that is in the About the Mun category is, on a scale from super duper cute to yowza hot, how attractive are you? That would imply that I'm cute, period. Oh god. Oh god. I'm not. I'm somewhere in awkward zombie territory. Oh god. But in all seriousness, I probably range somewhere between awkward and maybe some days I've got attractiveness, but that's if I get up 2 hours early, straighten my hair, and put my makeup on. So, unfortunately, I've got my brazen, sort of obnoxious personality and laugh that scare people off, not to mention I'm not the skinniest of girls, plus I got this nice little gap between my teeth that is not very attractive. So unfortunately I range somewhere between awkward, zombie, weird, mutant. So we finally reached the last section of the questions, which is about my role-playing. And I kind of tried to group all the questions that were about role-playing and about Bakura in together so we could kind of piece them together. So the first question in this is, what first got me into Yu-Gi-Oh? Unfortunately, a lot of people are probably going to be pissed off at me, but I gotta honestly say it was the abridged series that got me into it. About a year ago, I was supposed to go on a cruise with my mom, and she ended up taking my sister instead of me because I had done something bad or wrong or something with school. I don't remember, but all I remember is that I basically got dumped at my grandmother's house for a week. And I had nothing to do except help her clean every once in a while. But I was such a night owl. My grandparents went to bed at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. I'm sitting there on the couch, nothing to do. So I remembered my friend showing me the leather pants video when it had first come out. And I remembered she said it was a part of a bigger series. She also showed me the, "Yugi, you little shit, I'm gonna cuss at you and so you'll have to sideways." You guys should know. The Taya date episode. I don't remember what episode it is off the top of my head, but she showed me that clip and told me that it was from this bigger abridged series. And I'd only seen 1 or 2 episodes at that point, and I figured, well, why not? I might as well see how many there are, see what it's about, you know. So I started watching it, and in that entire week I binged watched the entire abridged series and most of the side videos that went along with it. And I was hooked. I was like, oh, this series is so funny. It makes me laugh so much. When I'm so upset, I can just watch it and instantly think about it. It makes me so happy. So then I started thinking, in about March, April of this year, no, I guess it was before that because ZenkaiCon. So February or March of this year, maybe I should rewatch the abridged series again. So I started rewatching it, and I was like, I wonder if they really say this in the actual dub. I'm really curious. I hadn't seen the dub since I was a little kid. I used to watch it when it came on, but the only episodes I remembered clearly were the ceremonial duel episodes, which were all the way to the end of the series. So I decided to rewatch them as an adult and hopefully try to at least understand the abridged as a whole with watching the original Yu-Gi-Oh! So I started watching it by myself, and then I started watching it with my friend on Skype, and then April, May, I began streaming the Yu-Gi-Oh! Drinking game, and from there I was able to watch the rest of the series. We're currently on GX now, but yeah, it was, like I said, a lot of people are probably going to be pissed off at me for it, but the abridged series got me into it. But I'm glad I actually went and watched the rest of the series because it was really enlightening and wonderful and friendship, and it's actually a really good anime. And now that I'm going back and watching it in Japanese, it's even better because I've seen the crappy 4Kids dub and now I get to see it as it was meant to be made, so. Sorry for that long explanation, but that's what first got me into Yu-Gi-Oh! Next question is, if I could play any other character, what character would that be? That's tough, man, because I could see myself role-playing as so many other characters. Bakura was automatically my first pick, but if I had to pick another person I could roleplay as, I would either pick My Valentine or Joey or... that's tough. I didn't think about this one. I wouldn't roleplay as Rio because I can't pull off the, oh, would you look at that little wank bugger? I can't, no. I gotta be like, have some balls and some to my characters. I can't just wishy-washy, namby-pamby. It's never been a type of character that I roleplayed. As a kid it was, when I first started roleplaying, it was like, hey, I'm gonna roleplay this Mary Sue. Thank God I grew out of that phase. But I don't know, probably Joey or Mai, and then if I had to pick like a third person, probably Yami or Tem. Yeah. I don't know. I like Bakura. I'm gonna stick with him as long as I can, so. So there's two more questions. They kind of tie together, so I'm going to answer them together in a big old conglomerate question. The questions are, why did you choose Yami Bakura as your muse, and what made you want to RP as a bridged Bakura? So I'll kind of answer them together since they kind of tie into that the same point. I chose Yami Bakura as my muse because watching the abridged series, he was automatically my favorite character, and I remembered how much as a kid that I used to love him, and this is the thief shipper in me coming out. Even as a kid, I shipped him and Merrick together. I don't know, they just had this chemistry, even though they only had this many episodes together in the series that's this big. I don't know. But as a kid, I always really liked Yami Bakura, and then as an adult, that was just hit home upon again and again as I watched the series. None of the other characters really resounded as much with me as Bakura did. He was kind of my first pick. If I were to pick again and again, it would always be Bakura. My friend and I got to talking when we were out to dinner one night, and we had become such thief shippers because of the abridged series, and, you know, having it as a kid. I said, you know, we should make roleplay vlogs together sometimes, a bridge roleplay vlog. She's like, oh yeah, it's a great idea. I was like, would you be Merrick? Because I really want to be Bakura. She's like, yeah, I wanted to be Merrick anyway. So that's kind of how Florence-Midknight came to be. And what made me want to RP as a bridge Bakura? I don't know, just canon Bakura was a little too harsh for me to start immediately with, full force. Abridged was just easier because it was more jokey, and it was more meant to be a fun, easy-going roleplay vlog. I knew I could never pull off, you know, knives and torture and I'm going to stab you in the face type of thing, like automatically from the get-go. I kind of wanted, like, I want to watch Cannibal Holocaust with my boyfriend, I mean partner in crime type of thing first, so. And the next question, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm still getting over a cold. Why do I RP? Is it to relieve stress or is it just for fun? It's a mixture of things. It does include those 2 points, but it's a lot more than that. I love role-playing, one, because I just get to step out of my own world for even a couple hours and get to be somebody else, and I get to meet so many new people. I have so many new friends from this community that I never thought I'd have before. I mean, Kat and Panda and Koala and Sui and Rex and Mike and Rosie and Missy and Dawn, and I have all these new people that I never... I mean, I can't even name them all because I'm trying not to leave people out because I don't want people to be offended. I have so many friends on Skype and on Tumblr that I talk to. It's so amazing that I never thought that I would have this many friends that I'm actively in contact with. Because, you know, sometimes you meet people online and it's like, oh great, I'm going to talk to this person for like 2 weeks, and then friendship kind of evaporates after a while. But no, that hasn't happened with these groups, and I'm really happy about it. So, next question is, tell us about the very first time you decided to and actually did RP as Bakura. God, I'm trying to remember. That was so long ago. That was back in March of this year, I believe. Like I said, my friend Sam and I decided to make abridged roleplay blogs together. Hers was American, mine was Bakura. I think my first thread might have actually been with her. I don't remember. I know we had plotted a bunch of RPs together, but I don't remember if we actually started role-playing together first, or if I started role-playing with other people and then we eventually did our threads together. Honestly, I'd have to look back through my history because I don't remember. I mean, if y'all want to look in my archive and go all the way back to March and figure out what my first thread is, be my guest, but I don't have the time or the patience to do that, considering that I'm up to almost 9,000 posts that I don't feel like sifting through, so unfortunately I can't accurately answer, but I loved getting to RP as him. It was kind of a really different experience from RPing what I used to, which was Sheena from Tales of Symphonia. Now, while I love Sheena as a character, and I love the relationships I had with her, my account has started to die out, and I was really sad about it. My RP partner, she wasn't able to get on as much, and unfortunately a lot of my roleplays kind of bit the dust. So at the time that I had started to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh!, I was already looking for a new muse to roleplay as. I was playing around with the idea of roleplaying Kish from Tokyo Mew Mew, but then I found Bakura. So the next question is, what similarities do you have with your character? Man, you're asking me all these tough questions, guys. I don't know, probably headstrong, stubborn behavior, the I can do it on my own attitude. A lot of times I feel that way, where it's, you know, oh, only I can do it, it's only my burden to bear, only my troubles that I have to work with, and working with other people's almost... Ugh, I hate it, and group projects make me cringe, and I don't know, like, there's not a lot of similarities I have with him because he's so violent, and yes, I can be violent, as in, like, oh, I'm gonna punch you in the arm because you were mean to me, but never, like, I'm going to pull a knife on you. No, I mean, every time I hold a knife, I'm like, oh, yay, knives. Sometimes I'll pull out a pocket knife, though, and be like, ooh, knife, it's shiny. So, I don't know. I guess he and I really don't have a lot in common, which makes it really a lot more fun to roleplay as him, because it's not just, oh, I can pull these type of elements from my own life. It's, I have to completely think outside of the box of what I normally think of, outside of the parameters of my normal everyday life. What would he do in this situation? Because in this situation, I'd run. In this situation, he would probably pull a knife out of his pocket and jack these losers up, but... you know. So, I guess we don't have a lot in common. So the next question is not really a roleplay question, but I kind of put it under that same category because it deals with Yu-Gi-Oh! It asks, do I have a lot of fandom merchandise? Unfortunately, I have to say no. One, because I'm flat broke. If I was not flat broke, I'd be buying crap out the wazoo. The only thing I really have that's fandom related is my card collection, which I'm not going to go through every page, but you guys can see it's pretty massive. Oh, sorry. It's kind of pretty massive, you know, big, lots of cards, and a lot of them are from the original Duel Monsters. There's a couple from like the GX and 5D stuff, but I have a lot of cards. I used to buy them for the fan art, or not fan art, but the card art. So I didn't used to buy them to play. I still, as an adult and as a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fandom person, do not know how to play the card game. I know, it's a travesty, but nothing I can do about it. I do have 3 more cards I have to add in here that I did not have, which I bought at Baltimore Comic Con that I went to in September. I have to add in my Dark Necrofear. My Dark Necrofear card, my Red Eyes Black Dragon, and my Dark Magician. So the next question is asking, name 3 people Bakura couldn't imagine living without. Man, that is easy and tough at the same time. Honestly, Merrick would obviously be the first one, like no business, because they're boyfriends and he loves him secretly deep down. But if he lost Merrick, he would have lost everything in his life that is important to him. I mean, he already lost his village, and he's losing the battle against the Pharaoh, and he couldn't imagine losing one more thing in his life. And if he lost Merrick, he'd feel there was nothing left to live for. Even not defeating the Pharaoh, he would feel completely drained. But Merrick would obviously be the first one. Honestly, if I'm to be, perfectly clear, the Pharaoh would probably be a second one, because the Pharaoh, defeating him is his ultimate purpose in life. 3,000 years ago, he decided, I'm going to get revenge for my people. And if the Pharaoh was gone, by natural causes or by somebody else defeating him, Bakura would kind of sit there like, well, what am I supposed to do now? I mean, the Pharaoh's kind of his purpose in life, when that's building up your entire life to beat this one video game. By the time you finally beat it, or somebody else beats it for you and you ruin the storyline for yourself, you sit there like, man, I've got nothing to do. It's a bummer. So I feel, even though he hates his guts, the person he couldn't live without is the Pharaoh. And thirdly, probably Rio, because, he shares his body, and if the kid died, Bakura would have to find a new host, and he wouldn't probably even be able to find someone that was co-harmonious with him in his body and spirit and all that jibbo-jambo nonsense. So Merrick, the Pharaoh, and Rio. The next question is, who is on my biggest fan list right now? So I just checked, and number 1 on my list is My Heart Is But the Puzzle. Number 2 on my list is More Femkuras. Number 3 on my list is Shadow Godling. And number 4 on my list is Itty Bitty Rio. So those are the top 4 on my list currently. I can tell you the reason that My Heart Is With the Puzzle is at the top is because we have like 6 threads now. But I'm so obsessed with her Pharaoh. She's so perfect. Oh. I don't even dark ship. What's wrong with me? Dark ship is like on my least ships. Is on like my no TP list. My thief shipping heart cries. Then Anon sent me a message and said, "You make me dark ship. Oh, I'm supposed to be a thief shipping blog." The next question is, who are my senpais? Do you want me to keep it under 50 or? No, but if I were to be honest, probably the top of my senpais list is Exquisite Torture, because I love Panda. I love her Bakura. She's absolutely amazing. She's such a wonderful person. She's so kind and sweet. And if you guys don't follow her, do it, because she is fantastic. Guardian of the Ring, she roleplays with Panda a lot. She's an amazing Rio, so well thought out. She also runs the side blog, Jekyll Rio Hyde Bakura, which I'm absolutely in love with. I love her whole take on Jekyll and Hyde with Rio and Bakura, and it's such a neat, interesting concept, and I love her Jekyll so much. He's just absolutely adorable. My Heart's With the Puzzle, obviously, is another one of my senpais, because I love everything you do. If we're going by obvious senpais, there's also Seven Fracture, Grim Secret, Thief of Shadows. I don't know, every time somebody asks me my senpais, I feel terrible about leaving people out, because you guys are all my senpais. I haven't been roleplaying as Bakura that long, and I feel so honored to know everybody and to get to roleplay with you guys, and it makes me so happy. But I don't know, there's so many senpais that I have. If you give me a name, best bet is they're probably my senpai in my head, so. Yay, senpais! All of you are senpais. I don't have not senpais. Everybody is my senpai. Everybody is amazing and wonderful. But the people that I specifically listed are the ones that immediately pop into my mind as the most senpais of senpais that I can think of. This is going by just roleplay senpais, though. If I'm going by regular senpais, there's like Roy Pop-Tart and like there's a whole list of people I don't feel like talking about. But yeah. The next question is, what do you think a date between you and Bakura would be like? Well, so I hear you like killing people. That's cool. I like killing people too. If by people you mean virtual people. I'm also terrified of blood. But I bet you probably like it. And the last question is, who is sexier, Bakura or Merrick? Oh, see, automatically I want to go Bakura because I love him so much more than I do Merrick, unfortunately. But Merrick holds a special place in my heart. I don't know if it's because of the Bakura in me, but Merrick's got those tummy and the abs. He's got those scars on his back and his arms. Bakura is more like snow leopard, sleek and prowling through the plains type of sexy. Merrick's like, yeah, you see that? Oh yeah. You know, he's more physically sexy, and I think Bakura is more intellectually sexy. So, I guess if you were to say who's sexier, don't hate me, Bakura. Merrick, probably Merrick. Yeah, I reblog a lot of shirtless pictures of him, so probably Merrick. So that's it, guys. Those are all the questions that I had given to me. Again, I want to thank everybody for sending in questions. I'm really grateful to you guys. So I didn't kind of just sit here bored for 20 minutes. I also want to thank everybody again for helping me reach as many followers as I have, which last time I checked was 621. 621 of you guys are still with me, and I thank you guys so very much. I can't even thank you enough. You guys make me so happy to know that I'm doing a good job and that people are still supporting me out there. So thank you to every one of you. You guys are the reason that I'm still here, that I'm still fighting, and that I'm still role-playing, as crappy as it is. I love you guys very much. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and I hope this got to let you get to know me a little bit better. In case it didn't, you can always stop by my ask box, drop a couple questions. I'm not really that shy, and if I am, I'll probably answer it on private, but probably not that shy. So please don't feel afraid to ever contact me, guys. I'm a pretty friendly gal. You can ask a lot of people that are my friends. Again, though, thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Goodbye.